I want to go back more to your sexuality.
My sexuality.
So you're a straight man.
Straight man.
100% straight man?
I'm not sexually aroused by men.
Your sexuality. What is your sexuality?
I'm straight.
Straight.
Yeah,
100% straight.
Do you ever feel like you're, misleading guys by, posing in gay shots?
No, because if they feel like I'm misleading them, then they need to get better glasses because it's ridiculous. Because on my page, because I'm a straight guy, and it's my OnlyFans.
90% of the guys that do gay porn don't identify as gay.
Okay. In the pantheon of queer pop culture, few phenomena are as enduring or as perplexing as a gay man's obsession with the straight man. It's a fixation that stretches back decades, rooted in the shadows of a society that once deemed queerness as deviant and straightness as aspirational. Today, that obsession manifests in our wallets, our screens, and of course our critiques, nowhere more visibly than in the rise of numerous gay-for-pay creators. We may clutch our pearls and cry queerbaiting, yet our pockets fling open faster than a drag queen's fan at the sight of a tip. The contradiction is deliciously hypocritical, and I think it's time we unpack it. The history, the internalized homophobia, the exploitation, and of course, the funding that keeps this machine humming. Gays, let's discuss. Hello, Dennis. Welcome here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where people watch me speak about whatever crosses my mind, and I am okay with that. And judging by my last upload, it seems like it's been a while since I've had anything on my mind, but trust me, okay, I've had a lot on my mind. I gained a lot of weight, and I hated how I looked on camera, so yeah, that's why I disappeared. Also, I feel like y'all take people with mics more seriously, and my mic is taking a long time to get delivered, so bear with me and pretend this is a real mic, okay? I came across this particular clip a few weeks ago, and it got me thinking, so let me play that clip for you right now.
My problem with gay baiting is when they are purely pretending to be gay, and that hits my heartstrings because I have struggled with my sexuality from a young age, and actually sometimes I used to wish I wasn't gay. When I was struggling to come out, I was like, fuck, this is the worst thing in my life. And then there's people out here who are straight, did not have to struggle with what I struggled with, and are openly pretending to be gay. Yeah. And then they're, on top of that, they're making shit tons of money out of it, exploiting our community. And I would use that word exploiting because I feel if you're not open with your sexuality and explicitly saying beforehand, I am straight, and you are just pretending to be gay, you are exploiting the gay community.
So in today's video, I thought it'd be fun for you and I to kind of sit down and sort of like call out this hypocrisy. And I want to state my case of how you, okay, and we, gay men, cannot be angry at queerbaiters or gay-for-pay creators when our pockets are quick to open for them. Because I think it's kind of wild for our community to condemn what it continuously consumes. First, let's start with a history lesson of our forbidden fascination. The gay male fixation on straight men is not a 21st century invention birthed by OnlyFans or Man.com. It's practically biblical, a tale as old as queer desire itself, or at least since the ancient Greeks were wrestling naked and calling it philosophy. From the chiseled soldiers of ancient Sparta to the rugged cowboys of the American West, straight masculinity has long been fetishized as the pinnacle of unattainable allure. In the 20th century, this obsession found a cinematic home in the homoerotic subtext of Hollywood's golden age. Think James Dean's brooding rebellion or Marlon Brando's sweat-soaked machismo. These were men who didn't need to be gay to captivate gay imaginations. Their very straightness was aphrodisiac, well, bisexuality in James Dean's case, but you get the picture. Then came pornography, that great equalizer of fantasy, which turbocharged this dynamic. The advent of gay porn in the 1970s introduced the straight trade trope, blue-collar hunks, frat boys, jocks who dabble in on man-on-man action for the right price. Gay men didn't just want other gay men anymore, they wanted the fantasy of converting the unattainable, of being the exception of a straight man's rule. It's a power play, a reclamation of agency in a society that stripped it away. Studios like Cult and Falcon built empires on this premise, selling the idea that these men were curious enough just to cross the line, but not so much that they want to stay. And it's this historical thread that weaves into today's gay-for-pay stars, men who perform queerness for profit while maintaining a straight identity off-screen. Enter your favorite boys, Malik Delgado, Mario Adrian, Timothy Champagne, although Timothy may not be a favorite at the moment, but whatever. These men are modern torchbearers of this legacy, cashing in on a desire that we have nursed for generations. Now is the part we ask ourselves, why do gay men keep coming back to this well? The answer lies in the shadow that haunts queer identity, internalized Homophobia. Decades of societal messaging have taught us that straightness is superior, more masculine, more authentic, more desirable. To be gay, we've been told, is less than. So when a straight man deigns to step into our world, even briefly, it feels like validation. The notion that we're worthy of the real man, the one that society deems superior. A fleeting taste of the masculinity we've been conditioned to crave. Malik Delgado's chiseled jaw and judo-honed physique doesn't just turn heads. They whisper that a real man has chosen us. However, transactionally, of course. Mario Adrian's cheeky winks at queerness tease a possibility we've internalized as rare, that straight men might secretly want us, and Timothy Champagne's fluidity blurs the lines we've been taught are rigid, making his performances a submersive thrill. This isn't just lust, it's a symptom. Internalized homophobia twists gay desire into a paradox where the straight man becomes the ultimate conquest, a trophy proving we're worthy of attention. It's why Delgado's insistence that he's never been attracted to men before being on camera doesn't deter his fans, it enhances his appeal. The straight man who performs gayness offers a fantasy of conversion, a narrative that says our love, or at least our money, can bridge the unbridgeable. But this fantasy comes at a cost. It reinforces the idea that gay men alone aren't enough, that our own masculinity, our own queerness, pales in comparison to the straight ideal. It's one of the main reasons why feminine gay men like myself take a little bit longer to find love, but that's neither here or there. This isn't to say that every gay man watching Delgado is wrestling with self-loathing, far from it in fact, but the cultural undercurrent persists. Straight men are the prize, and gay men are the pursuers. It's a dynamic that flatters the straight ego while quietly diminishing our own. And that, my dears, is where the exploitation comes in. So let's talk about the specifics of this exploitation game, because I feel like it's kind of interesting. Starting with Malik Delgado, the Canadian French porn star, is a textbook case. He's a beefcake who went from judo mats to stripping poles to men.com's golden boy. Malik's story is peak gay for pay lore, a straight guy who stumbled into gay porn during the pandemic because, well, construction just wasn't cutting it. By 2022, he was the most searched gay porn star on Google, and by 2024, Pornhub crowned him the most viewed gay performer. Straight? Sure, he says so, though he's admitted to enjoying the occasional dude on camera. Malik exploits the queer community's thirst with surgical precision. His brand is built on that straight guy next door allure, hot, muscled, and just unattainable enough to keep us clicking. His social media posts are a masterclass in teasing. Shirtless gym selfies, captioned with winking emojis, paired with clips from his latest men.com romp. He's not queerbaiting in the traditional sense. He's upfront about that paycheck, but he's still cashing in on our fetish for the straight guy gone wild.
As a straight guy, I'm selling what the people cannot have. It's the dream that we sell.
So you think of yourself as a dream. What kind of dream are you selling?
But just the dream of the straight boy doing gay.
And we? Eating it up. Yep, that cash app stays open and ready, mama. It's exploitation dressed as professionalism, catering to the gay desire without ever reciprocating it. Let's move on to this next interesting fellow, Mario Adrian. The German ex-model turned comedian, podcaster, YouTube, OnlyFans tease takes a different tack. He's not a gay-for-pay adult film star, though he has dabbled in some OF stuff, but he's a maestro when it comes to queerbaiting adjacent vibes. Mario's whole shtick, think the uncensored podcasts with titles like Straight Guy Doing Gay Porn or the videos on his YouTube channel. They are all like a playful nudge at the gay gays. You know, he's straight, I would say, allegedly, however, that is actually a straight man. But he's happy to lean into the homoerotic for just likes, laugh, and that sweet, sweet bromance calendar cash. It gets even juicier when you consider how his rise to popularity in the gay space was aided by a gay man, which then enabled him to rope in another straight, but more on the questioning side, into all of this too. Mario's interesting dynamic with fellow YouTuber Travis Bryant and said questioning straight man Jeff Kasser is a bromance so thick you could cut it with a spork. I mean, their Twitter posts show them shirtless, flexing and giggling together, while their videos on TikTok and YouTube amplify the are they or aren't they tension. I mean, Travis and Jeff actually had sex on camera. That was something. Mario, however, strictly sticks to the homoerotic teasers. His content flirts with queer sensibilities, from the shirtless thumbnails to cheeky innuendos, but he's quick to clarify his straightness. In fact, he always clarifies his straightness.
Just went up so much. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. Listen, I always say I'm European, right? I have a girlfriend. But also, You know, who gives a fuck? It's all an experience. It doesn't like...
It's classic queerbaiting, dangling the possibility of queerness to hook an audience, then retreating to the safety of heteronormativity. Adrian's not selling sex outright like Delgatti, but he's peddling a fantasy of accessibility. A straight bro who gets us until he doesn't. He's the guy who knows the queer community will stand a straight woke ally who is just flirty enough to keep us guessing, and most importantly, subscribing. Then there is Timothy Champagne. Oh, yeah, that curly head chaos. Let's get into this a little bit, okay? Once a gay adult film darling and OnlyFans favorite, Timothy's recent coming out as gay, circa early 2025, has the queer internet in a tizzy. Classic tale. Straight boy makes adult films, rakes in a gay audience somehow, starts making adult films that are gay, while continuously clarifying that he's straight, makes even more money, then comes out, dumps his girlfriend, starts saying he's looking to date men, and of course, everybody loses interest. Now, he's stuck making these cringy reels in a deep inhalation state talking about how much money he no longer makes.
My incomes went down. It's at $55,000 now. I used to make closer to $125,000 a month.
And now that he's come out as gay, he doesn't make as much. Alright. Timothy's exploitation game was anything but subtle, yet somehow still effective. He played the ambiguous jock, letting fans project whatever they wanted onto his boyish charm. Post coming out, that didn't work anymore. Now he's calling out the very same system that he himself profited from.
Guys who fake being gay in the gay modeling industry that are actually straight, and I have actual evidence.
It's a bold move, but it's also peak hypocrisy. He built his brand on the same queer thirst for straight men that he now sort of like critiques.
I faked being gay for millions of dollars and millions of views. This isn't a joke.
Darling, you cannot cash the checks, then burn the bank down. That's not how it works. These men share a playbook, leverage the gay man's historical craving for the straight validation, package it in muscle and bravado, and watch the profits roll in. They're not forcing us to watch, they're just reading the room we've decorated with our own insecurities. It has gotten so ridiculous now that we have men like Baby No Money, using queerness as a butt of the joke whenever the views go down. It's getting ridiculous, okay? So here's where the mirror turns to us. We love to scream queerbaiting at a Harry Styles twirling a rainbow flag or at a Benson Boone flexing for Rolling Stone magazine. We decry gay for pay creators as opportunists, profiting off our culture without living it. Yet when Malik Delgatti drops a new scene, we're not exactly boycotting men.com, are we? Our outrage is loud, but our consumption even louder, okay? And that's the hypocrisy we cannot escape. How dare we condemn the game when we're the ones keeping the scoreboard lit? This contradiction isn't just about individual weakness, it's a collective failure to interrogate our desires. Queerbaiting, at least in the adult entertainment industry, this modern adult entertainment industry, thrives because we, gay men, reward it. Gay for pay actors flourish because we pay them to. Every view, every subscription, every retweet is a vote for the system we claim to despise. We're mad at Malik for saying he's straight while pounding away on camera, but we're the ones making him a millionaire. We roll our eyes at Mario Adrian's coy flirtations, yet we tune into his videos to hear more. The outrage feels performative when our wallets tell a different story. The exploitation isn't one-sided, it's a transaction that we are complicit in. So where do we go from here? The first step is honesty. The answer isn't to burn Delgatti scenes or cancel Mario Adrian's podcast and his YouTube channel. It's to interrogate ourselves. Why do we still pedestalize straightness in God's 2025 when queer visibility is higher than ever, when queer visibility is more important than ever? Gay men need to own our own role in this whole ecosystem, not as victims, but as active participants. We can't demand authenticity from gay for pay creators while simultaneously fetishizing their inauthenticity. If we're going to fund them, let's at least admit why. Because they scratch an itch we've been scratching since the days of gladiator sandals. Acknowledging the internalized homophobia at play doesn't mean shaming ourselves. It means dismantling the hierarchy that puts straightness on a pedestal. The second step is to redefining our desires. Queer culture has the power to celebrate its own icons. Gay men who do not need a straight veneer to be sexy, to be masculine, to be compelling. For every Delgatti, there's a Kate Maddox. okay? And I'm a Kate Mannix girly myself. Performers who own their queerness unapologetically. We do not need straight men to validate us. We've got plenty of our own talent to stand, okay? Shifting our gaze, and most importantly, shifting our dollars, could starve this gay for pay machine of oxygen, forcing it to either evolve or fade. And I'm rather a fan of the latter, if you ask me, okay? And finally, let's stop clutching our pearls and start clutching our agency. If we're going to enjoy Malik Delgado's hardcore scenes, or Mario Adrian's cheeky banter, or Timothy Champagne's whatever he's doing, because that Twitter and OnlyFans look rough, okay? Let's do it with our eyes open, knowing it's a transaction, not a betrayal. Anger at queerbaiters and gay for pay creators is misplaced when we're the ones shining the checks. The power to change this dynamic isn't in their hands, it's in ours. It's really in our hands, okay? In conclusion, we cannot be angry at the players when we're the ones funding the game. It's time to look in the mirror, reckon with our desires, and decide what kind of queer culture we want to build. One that gravels for straight scraps, or one that stands tall on its own fabulous terms. The choice, like the cash, because all gay men have real money, okay, is ours. And that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. There's many more to come, okay? I've been scripting like crazy, and I feel slightly good about my weight gain, okay? But also, like, I had like 8 churros yesterday, so clearly I'm doing nothing to solve the matter. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below, okay? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section. I will be reading and responding to all of them. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Remember, if you do not slay, then you do not stay in our zone, period. Bye.